What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another rebuild. It's your boy Jay aka Chris World. Today we are rebuilding the Indianapolis Colts, and they have a pretty decent squad. As you can see, they got Stephon Gilmore on the Panthers now, so that's gonna be an interesting preseason game. But let's take a look at the lineup before we make any moves and look at what we could possibly do here. So we got Carson Wentz, 72 overall. We had a good crew of running backs here. Jonathan Taylor, who had a breakout year. Offensive line isn't too crazy. Definitely needs an upgrade. What happened? The offensive line kind of looks weak, but it's not that bad. Receiver core is not too bad either. I feel like we could definitely just work with them. But defense is not too bad either. I just feel like the Tampa 2 is probably not working out. It's like not working out. So we might as well be a 4-3 defense. And corners are pretty solid. I just feel like it's best if we change the scheme. The Tampa 2 just doesn't seem good. If we just run a 4-6 defense, that could work too. Yeah, let's just run a 4-6 defense. I mean, why not? Like, I hope that works. Yeah, it should work. I mean, no one really fits the scheme here, but I hope it work. Nah, for us to be safe, 4-6 defense is what? Features 8 players in the box and a weak side defensive line designed to confuse blocking assignments and bring heavy blitzes to outman and overwhelm off. Okay, yeah, so we'll keep that. We'll keep that for sure. If it doesn't work out this year, then that'll be alright. But yeah, so left side offensive line definitely needs some work. We got some young QBs here: Sam Ehlinger, Jacob Eason, Carson Wentz. I think I'm gonna keep Carson Wentz around because we did use some picks for him, so might as well just give him the perfect team for it. But since we do have a lot of running backs and Jonathan Taylor is the future back of this team, I want to see what we can move. So Quentin Nelson's injured. We know that. Grover Stewart's a pretty solid D tackle. We got 2 solid D tackles on the team, which is really nice. T.Y. Hilton's injured, so he's just not even here. We'll take a penalty for getting rid of Marlon Mack, but that should be okay. And I think I might move Jack Doyle as well, too. So Jack Doyle and what was the other guy I just said? Jack Doyle and Marlon Mack. We'll move those players around. They say we need a QB, but I don't want to get rid of Carson Wentz yet because I already know he's going to be a lot of cap. So Marlon Mack will be the first guy we get rid of. Bears are interested, and we're looking for a right outside linebacker for sure. Someone that could definitely fit the scheme. Logan Wilson would probably fit the scheme very well. Help out this team a lot. Maybe go Logan Wilson and a third. Logan Wilson and a third for Marlon Mack. It gets pretty close. So we'll throw in one of our 4s. We'll throw in a 4 as well for him. And we get that deal going through. So that's pretty nice. And we need a left tackle, they say. So we'll see what's up with that. But I want to see really quick if what's the cap for Carson Wentz. What's it looking like for him? So we'd save about $10 million if we get rid of him, but I do want to give him a try this year, see how he performs. So we'll keep him, but we got rid of Marlon Mack, got a starter at right outside linebacker, and if we take a look at the roster one more time, because the Colts have Eric Fisher now, we'd get a penalty for getting rid of Eric Fisher. Sam Tavai got injured, so I feel like what we could do here is let me see when Quentin Nelson comes back, because he's on IR. He comes back in about, oh my gosh, look at all these guys on IR. Quentin Nelson comes back in 15 weeks. Oh my gosh. So we got a lot of people on IR, and TJ Carries has a compound foot fracture, but he'll be back in about like 10 weeks in the regular season, so that's not too bad. Quentin Nelson will be out for a way longer period of time, but I feel like we'll have to just rock with Chris Reed for now, but I want to trade Jack Doyle, see if we could get someone. So let's see what we got here. Jack Doyle maybe for a left tackle somewhere. Jack Doyle is not receiving interest anywhere. Very interesting. We're just looking for a left tackle. Maybe DJ Humphries, Jack Doyle for DJ Humphries would not work. Or maybe we could just keep those guys for just this season. So after a whole season, we ended up finishing worse in the division, going 5-12. That's horrible. That is horrible, considering the magnitude of the potential of this team. It shouldn't have gone like that for sure. And apparently it's telling me to choose a draft class. We're gonna just auto-generate the rookies. Welcome to scouting. We'll worry about that after, but that's crazy. That is crazy. But it says hire staff to fill the holes up in your lineup. Let's see how we did statistically, see what happened. Our offense is 27th, so Carson Wentz is out. He's out. Our defense was 3rd. So we had a great defense. It was just the offense that sucked. Jonathan Taylor, obviously the right call here. Carson Wentz, you gotta go. Receiver, Zach Pascal's our leader, but it's obviously because we didn't get the help we needed. We had a lot of guys who made a lot of tackles here. DeForest Buckner led the team with 8.5 sacks, and then we had a great amount of interceptions. So our defense was pretty top tier, which makes sense, but it's getting annoying now. So we're going to fire our offensive coordinator. He has a West Coast spread. We're going to fire him, and we're going to hire a new offensive coordinator to help us out here. I'm thinking with a good offense here, we might go with, could go Brian Warner. We're looking for an OC. I mean, we might as well be a power running team, so we might just sign Victor Price. Victor Price will be our offensive scheme, and he should be able to help us out a lot. We're gonna put some points in towards our coordinators for the one time. So after putting all that stuff in, we got a new head coach, or we got a new offensive coordinator. Apparently, we still have some guys that are injured. Let's look at the injury report, see what happened. T.Y. Hilton's back. Quentin Nelson didn't end up coming back. Ryan Jensen actually tore his pectoral, but that's fine. We'll definitely get them all back for this next season. I want to see if any of our players snuck into the Pro Bowl. That'd be pretty nice to see. Keeps telling me to scout players. I mean, we're definitely going to have to go after a quarterback because Carson Wentz is definitely not the option here. And we're going to go with all regions. Mitch McAllister. He's a wide receiver. I'm looking for a QB, though. We got a kid named Brian Thurman. It's cool that we can look at the player notes and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna add both of these guys here. We don't have a first-round pick too, so we might gonna have to trade into that. But we're not gonna go too deep into the scouting players, but we're gonna advance. Yeah, as we get closer and closer. Now we can see who made the Pro Bowl and who's going to be in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl this year will be Bills, Seahawks, so none of our guys made it. And if you look at who made the Pro Bowl in the AFC, Colts, none of our guys on offense made it. Defensively, Defoe made it, which is nice to see. Just Defoe made it from our team, so that's very interesting, considering how that just played out. But advance to next week, we're doing Seahawks versus Bills in the Super Bowl, and I feel like the Bills will probably take that, of course. But the Seahawks ended up taking it, and Chris Carson won Super Bowl MVP. Very interesting. Lamar Jackson won NFL MVP. Von Miller won Defensive Player of the Year. Justin Fields won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah won Defensive Rookie of the Year. And Nick Sirianni won the Head Coach of the Year. Imagine that happening in real life. That'd be insane. But now we get to re-sign our players. We have about $74 million available in cap. I'm going to trade away Carson Wentz because I gave him one season and he didn't help our offense out at all. So, mock draft. So, we got a mock draft to take a look at. So the Lions would have got Jack Bowman. Giants would have got, okay. So these are a couple mock drafts that they have for us here, and I want to see what we go with our pick. Oh, this is the first round. They have the Browns getting him. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So we can take a look at the mock drafts that they do, but I feel like we might have to sign a free agent quarterback. I know Aaron Rodgers would be a free agent, so that could be something. But we have 27 players ready to negotiate. And I didn't even know we picked up Ty Summers. It's a Packers middle linebacker. I'm going to pick him up. I like him. He's just going to be there for depth. T.Y. we're letting go. Zach Pascal had a pretty good season, actually, so I want to see if we can keep him around, but he wants to test free agency, be my guess. Mark Lewinsky's 30 years old now, but I'm going to keep him around, see if he could be a gem for us. He will be. TJ Kerr, we're going to let walk. Mo Alley Cox, I'm going to keep you around too because you're a big, solid tight end that fits our scheme, so we're going to keep you. Kimiko Toure is going to be a depth D lineman for sure, and he was our starter, so we're going to get him back. Al-Quadon Muhammad, definitely going to want you back too. Definitely for depth purposes. Antoine Woods, we're going to let go. Tyquan Lewis, I feel like we're already going to have a lot of DNs, so we might as well just let him walk. Antoine Woods, though, I'll let him walk because we already have 2 solid D tackles. Jordan Wilkins as our third back in the backfield. He wants to test free agency. Okay. Eric Fisher, we're letting go. Andrew Sandale, we're letting go. Isaac Rochelle. We have a lot of right ends. We have a lot of receivers. A lot of interesting players here, but they're not that good in overall, so that's fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to have about $53 million available. We're getting rid of Carson Wentz for sure. We're going to see what we could trade him for. We get to see our combine results. See how the QBs did. That's what I really care about. Quarterback. So Jack Bowman, how did he perform? Physicals. Not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty top tier. Pretty top tier. Not too bad. And then we got a kid in the second round here. Greg Daniels. He moved up. Greg Daniels, how did he perform? He was the fastest QB. He looks pretty athletic. Greg Daniels, we got to keep him in mind. Greg Daniels, quarterback from Washington State. He might be a gem. He might be a gem for us. But for right now, let's look at our roster, see what we can move here. So Carson Wentz, we'd save about $27 million just getting rid of him. So that looks like that will be the case. Ryan Kelly's injured, but we're okay with that. So our team is looking pretty good. We did re-sign Mo Alley Cox, so that would be very nice to have. But we'll save about $27 million with Carson Wentz, and the Eagles are the only ones taking the cap hit really for that. So obviously I do not care for that whatsoever. But we're gonna see if we can move Carson Wentz. Falcons are interested. Eagles are interested. Falcons are interested for sure. They don't have the cap space for him though. Washington football team is very interested. We're looking for a left tackle. If they happen to have someone, Charles Leno's 77. Nothing that I like so far. Could go right end. I know they have a good amount of right ends. They got Chase Young. I'd want to give them Chase Young and get a pick. See if we get that QB. But obviously we can't. But if we went straight up and gave them that, they still feel like that's not enough value. So if we gave them Carson and our pick, one of our 3s for the first rounder, I wonder if that would go through. Because then we could get a quarterback with our pick. Doesn't bring enough value. So I guess we're going to have to move on to another team that could be interested in him. Saints and Steelers are interested, but Saints obviously can't afford him. Steelers, though, could. Steelers could very much afford him. We're looking for left tackle. I don't know who they have. Tyrell Crosby is 26 years old. Okay. See if there's any gems that I want from their team. So far, I'm not liking anything. Maybe a corner. No, their corners are not even that good either. Maybe a receiver. Maybe take Chase Claypool and a draft pick from them for Carson Wentz. How about straight up? Okay, somewhat close. But we want a left tackle, though. We're either going to go for a left tackle or Vikings are interested as well. Vikings, who do you have at left tackle? Christian Darrisaw? He would fit the scheme. He would definitely fit the scheme. And they want us to take some cap from him. So we do that. Then we take one of their receivers. We could take one of their receivers for sure. Maybe take Adam Thielen. Take Adam Thielen. So Christian Darrisaw and Adam Thielen. And then we give them one of our 3s and Carson Wentz. What salary cap? It'll put us over the salary cap. How about we put this 3rd round pick then? They don't want that. So we're going to give next year's 5th and a 3rd round this year. How would it put you guys over the salary cap? Alright, so Carson Wentz or Christian Darrisaw straight up would definitely go through. Oh, but they wouldn't even be able to afford that. So if we just take Adam Thielen then, let's go Adam Thielen and a 3rd in their 2nd. So Carson Wentz or Adam Thielen in their 2nd. And then we throw in one of our 3s as well. A 3s and a 5th from next year. Okay, so they're being difficult. I don't know why they're being so difficult for them. Eagles are interested too. We're looking for a tackle. Jordan Mailata. They have 3 first-round picks. And I'll take someone that's taking a lot of cap from them too. What receivers is taking a lot of cap? I'll take them. So I don't want to just get rid of Carson Wentz straight up. So let's see if we could even just trade him for some left tackle somewhere. Because he's pretty much yellow everywhere. So that means he'll obviously be a good backup. Charles Leno 30. That's the only reason why I won't go with him there. Giants are interested. You know, Andrew Thomas could be pretty solid. Trading this will put them over the salary cap. I forgot. We got to go with teams that could afford him. I know the Jaguars want to be interested, and he's already 26. Would the Lions be interested? So we can get Taylor Decker, you know. Get Taylor Decker, throw in like a... We only have 2 middle linebackers, so throw in like a safety maybe. Or we could throw in one of our picks, throw in like a 6 and Carson Wentz for Taylor Decker. Cool, so we just got a new left tackle. So now we're going to really need a quarterback. We're going to really need a quarterback. We don't have any, we don't have the space necessary. But for the quarterback position, we could try Jameis Winston on a 3-year deal. I feel like Jameis Winston could pop off with our team. So we're going to give Jameis Winston a try. Maybe draft a quarterback next year and see how that goes. We're going to sign a fullback too to make sure this run offense will be nice and heavy. So that play action offense will work out a lot. Receivers we just have Pittman and Paris Campbell, but AB's 34. We could try to sign Chris Godwin. Could try to sign Chris Godwin to a good deal too. Make sure that we have a good number 1 receiver for our team to pair up with Michael Pittman. 99 total points. So we're up there when it comes to that. And tight ends is not looking too bad. I'm probably going to sign Max Williams and then trade away Jack Doyle possibly. Left tackle, we finally have our guy. And we're just going to sign James Hurst just to be a backup because you can never go without one. Left guard, we have Quentin Nelson, but he's injured. So we have a backup there. Left end is good. D tackles are good. Right end is good. Left outside we have Darius Leonard. Middle linebacker, we could definitely use some work here too. Sign Anthony Walker back to the team. It wouldn't be too bad. He used to be part of this squad. Logan Wilson's a superstar in our defense, so that's pretty nice. Corners are actually looking really good too. Safeties is good. Punter is good, so nice. So maybe if we get Chris Godwin and Jameis Winston, that'd be perfect. Pair these boys up back from the Buccaneer days, and now they both be on the Colts. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. So Chris Godwin rejected us, but we got everyone else. Not too bad. Not too bad. So let's see if we could sign another receiver for us. Let's see, receiver. So the ones that are left here, I see that AB's here, Emmanuel Sanders, so some veteran slot receivers are here. If we put if we try to sign Devontae Adams, that could be a nice gem for us. So let's give him a 4-year deal. Comes to Indianapolis. He has a pretty good defense with a pretty good offense. He has Jameis Winston who has an arm throwing him the ball, so that could work out. So let's see. We advanced to next week. So we picked up Devontae Adams. Nice. So now that propels our defense crazy. And they still say we need a right end, but I think we're good there. And then we could use our picks maybe to shore up the positions of need. So I like Kwity Paye. We're going to definitely work with him for sure. So we have a very early pick in the second round with pick 4. So hopefully there will be a right end sitting for us. If not, we can maybe go after a QB if possible. And, ooh, so they changed up how we could look at this. All regions. I want a right end, though. A lot of these guys aren't looking too good. We got Chad Holt. He has B, block shedding, top fits Colts. If we draft him, let's see how that goes. Hidden, 86 XL, 86 agility, 86 strength, 86 speed. Not too bad. Doesn't look like a bad guy. We can't see his overall now? We can't see player overalls now. Interesting. That changes up things. That changes up things a lot. Okay. That's interesting how they're doing things. I mean, I respect it, making the draft more realistic. We'd have to find out what he is. But if we could go QB, see who's sitting here. We got Mike Lewis. He's a day 3 projection. Round 3 QB. And we also have Tanner Sherman, who I did put a like on, though. But we already have 2 young guys, so we might as well just keep up with them. Brooks Lawrence is round 2 to 3. We'll draft him, just add more depth to the squad. Normal dev. Doesn't look too bad, though. Strongest position is D-line. Weakest position is tight end. Okay. So they did the drafting differently this year, so let's advance to the end. Now our offense became an 86, and our defense is an 87. So if we look at the draft recap. So Holt was a 76. Oh, so Tanner Sherman actually became a 71. So that's cool. So we drafted a gem in Chad Holt in the second round. So that's pretty dope. He's coming from Alabama. Lawrence is just depth, of course. We got Goodson for depth and Devin Wilder for depth too. But Tanner Sherman, quarterback we were looking at, he'll be one of our backups. So be a battle between Jacob Eason and Sam Ehlinger on who gets to be the last QB on the team. But our offense is an 87. Our defense is an 85 now. I want to show you guys what the lineup looks before we sim past the season. We have a better quarterback in Jameis Winston leading the way now. And running backs to stay the same. We got Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor. We also signed a fullback too to help with blocking duties. So Quentin Nelson's back. So offensive line is looking really good. Tight ends, we got 3 solid tight ends. We got good receivers. We picked up Devontae Adams. And then quarterbacks, we got Jameis Winston throwing the rock now for us. So now our team is looking really good. Defense, linebackers is looking really good. D-line is looking pretty stout. We got Holt here too. We got Kwity Paye doing his thing. So defensive line is looking really nice. And corners aren't too bad. So I think this team is destined for some success. So let's sim to the playoffs and see how well they perform. So we ended up going 8-9. Titans ended up going 12-5. Very interesting how we made the playoffs, but we didn't win our division. But that's still something to be proud about. And now that we upgrade our team, we have an 87 offense, 85 defense, 86 overall. Tyler Henneke actually did really well. But DeForest Buckner had 16 sacks, so that's really nice. Darius Leonard was top 3 in tackles too. So it looks like our team did really well this year. And our offense was 25th. Jameis Winston did all right passing the ball. Nothing too crazy. Defense was 23rd, so defense kind of took a hit as well too. But 28 touchdowns, 12 picks for Jameis Winston, not too bad. Jonathan Taylor, 14 TDs on 1,400 yards running the ball, not too bad either. Devontae Adams had over 1,000. Michael Pittman had 909 yards. So offense took a step forward. Defense definitely went insane. We had 3 players with over 100-plus tackles. Defoe had 16 sacks, while Chad Holt had 6. Kwity Paye had 5. Not too bad from the D-line. And we got a lot of picks from the defense too. So for next season, what we'll do, we'll definitely change the offensive scheme. But let's take a look at the team right before we go into this divisional matchup in the playoffs, where these games matter now. But so our offensive line looks good. James Winston's now 79. Jonathan Taylor's a 91. So he's been a beast. And defense, Defense, we got Holt, who's now an 81. He's a superstar. We got Logan Wilson, who's an 84, who's a superstar too. D-line, these D tackles are becoming monsters. So, and Darius Leonard's a monster too. So it's looking really, really good. And we might have to keep Tanner Sherman around. We might have a gem over there. So against the 12-5 Titans, let's see if we can take a W, shut down the run, which we actually ended up doing. We won 15-14 in that close game. Now we're facing a 14-3 Chiefs. So this will obviously be a great matchup. Our offense is better. Our defense is way better than theirs. So let's see if they can hold up against the Chiefs. See if Jameis Winston can get the job done. That'd be insane. We actually ended up losing 45-31. Close game. Closer than expected, obviously. But Jameis Winston did his best, so that's not too bad. I'm very happy with how that just went down. But if we take a look at the schedule, it would be Browns versus Chiefs, and then us here. So if we look at let's take a look at the wild card where we beat the Titans. So Jameis Winston threw 1 TD, got sacked twice. Ryan Tannehill got sacked twice too, so it was a close game. Derrick Henry had 14 carries, 122 yards, and a touchdown, while our backup had 1 touchdown, and not too bad. But Derrick Henry, of course, obviously did a lot. Devontae Adams led the team in receiving, but it wasn't really a huge receiving game. Defoe had 2 sacks, though. Bud Dupree and Harold Landry both had a sack apiece. No interception. So it was a close game, very close game, but we ended up taking it against the Chiefs, which was definitely a shootout for sure. Patrick Mahomes had 4 picks, and he got sacked once. And even Blake Bortles came in and threw a touchdown. So it was 5 touchdowns. Jameis Winston threw 2 touchdowns and got picked off once and got sacked once. So running attack was all there, but Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams were battling, but their receiver core was going off on us. So cornerback position is definitely a position of need. But Grover Stewart got his play in too. So that's very nice. But we have one more step to take. Jameis Winston's not too bad. He's our bridge QB, so might have to move on from him after this season just because I like Tanner Sherman. He looks like he could fit our scheme for sure. The Super Bowl is Chiefs-Eagles. Let's see who made the Pro Bowl. AFC, Jonathan Taylor made it. Andy Janovich made it. Devontae Adams made it. Offensive line, Quentin Nelson made it. Ryan Kelly made it. Braden Smith made it. Defense, Buckner made it, of course. Linebackers, none of our guys, actually. Cornerbacks, none of our guys. Safeties, none of our guys. Very interesting. So we probably got to go after a corner and maybe move on from Jameis Winston. I mean, Jameis Winston's a nice quarterback. He did us well and brought us to the playoffs. So that's not a bad thing. And it's crazy how we got Chiefs, Eagles in the Super Bowl. So let's see who takes that. Chiefs ended up blasting them 45-23. Nick Sirianni won Head Coach of the Year, while Mahomes won basically every award that was needed. Very nice. And now we advance to the offseason to re-sign some players, see who's leaving us, see who we got to keep onto the squad. We have about $35 million to work with. Hopefully not everyone's on a huge cap here. Yep, they are. Got Quentin Nelson, our star left guard. Generational talent at the offensive lineman position, so we got to get him back long term, of course. Bobby Okereke, he's been alright, nothing too crazy, so we might just let him walk, actually. Rodrigo Blankenship, though, our kicker, I think he deserves to stay on the team, so we get him back. We got Rockison, who's pretty solid, I'd say. Pretty solid corner, nothing too crazy. Give him that deal. We also got Kari Willis, who will give it to a deal as well. Then we got Mark Lewinsky, Paris Campbell. A lot of these backups here. We have a new left end. Paris Campbell, you haven't done much for us either, so we're going to let you go. And you had an Achilles tear. Mark Lewinsky, we're going to let walk. So Bobby Okereke, if we could somehow afford you, then I will give you a deal. But we don't even have cap room to make him a deal, so we're going to let him walk. So that's going to be one of our biggest pieces that we let walk. But we're going to be going after a middle linebacker and a corner in this draft, in this upcoming draft. And I don't think that's a bad idea. I want to see what we can move Jameis Winston for, because I like Tanner Sherman. I like what he's done for our squad. We'd have a penalty getting rid of him too, so that's unfortunate. But I guess we'll keep Jameis for another season, see how he performs with us, and then we have Jacob Eason still too. We have about $7 million available, so we'll probably just try to sign a guard. just so we are safe. Lamar Jackson's a free agent. Lamar Jackson's a free agent. Lamar Jackson's a free agent. Okay. Okay. Who are we getting rid of? Because Lamar Jackson's a free agent. Who can we even possibly get rid of to get Lamar Jackson? Grover Stewart? Kenny Moore? Taylor Decker? Lamar Jackson's a free agent. I repeat, Lamar Jackson's a free agent. How do we even get him? All right, you know what? We're going to definitely throw in something. But Lamar Jackson's a free agent? That just doesn't come around. That just doesn't come around. And I know no one's going to be able to afford him either. He's 26 years old. So, I'm going to give him a cheap deal. He obviously won't sign it, but we're going to just throw in something just because that's Lamar Jackson. And we'll probably end up drafting a guard. But Lamar Jackson's a free agent. I wish I could just drop everything to buy him or to just go after him. But hopefully he rejects us. That'd be insane. That'd be insane. I want to see if he's still there. It looks like the offer is still on the table. It's still on the table. It is still on the table. Lamar Jackson on the Colts. Let's try it again. let's advance another week. Oh no, we got our money back. Looks like we got our money back. No, it's still there. It says available cap from 1.6. We're still the only offer for him. That's crazy. Okay. Alright. If I get Lamar, it's like, dang. It's like I didn't want to do that. If Lamar signs with us, that'd be insane. I feel like he'd rather be a free agent though. Yeah, I feel like Lamar would rather be a free agent than accept that. Bro, I'm so worried right now. I really do hope he doesn't sign with us because we're going to have a dilemma now at the QB position. One more week to advance. Let's see if we can get Lamar Jackson here. That'd be insane if we do. Oh, it looks like Lamar was just like, you know what? No, I'm good on that. We're good. So Lamar is just going to be a free agent. That's interesting. So we need a guard and a middle linebacker. So we have pick 25. Let's go for it. Make your selection. Ryan Foot just got picked up. All regions. We're not looking for a quarterback right now, obviously. We have a lot of QBs we're dealing with. Got a kid named Marcus Richard. And it would also be good to go after a cornerback too. Let's see, Zach Whitaker. What is he looking like? He has C for pressing. But for the rest of these guys here, we got Darius Thomas. C for pressing too. You see, the thing is with this, it makes me like confused on what to do. So it's like, I don't know. Kareem Forbes is ranked up just one spot. He has good block shedding. Well, I don't know. I feel like the best person available would be to just get after. I don't know. We'll just sim past this because I don't know. I can't tell. We look at the draft recap. We end up getting a right guard in Austin Supfin. Austin Supfin at right guard. Not too bad. That's a great pickup actually that we did need a lot. So not mad about that. It's just the middle linebacker position I feel like we'll need because we didn't re-sign Bobby Okereke. So if Lamar Jackson is still sitting as a free agent, I'm sorry. I might have to just throw in something. Like, I might just have to. Like, it's crazy. So we obviously didn't get Lamar Jackson, but this is what the offense looks like right now. We're running a West Coast spread. Maybe Jameis Winston in his second year because we did sign him onto a big deal. So maybe if we see if we move their offense to a vertical zone run, maybe 70% to air raid. Our receivers would love that to be an air raid team. But yeah, let's go with air raid. Give Jameis Winston the opportunity to just sling the rock. Why not? That wouldn't be too bad. We change it to air raid. Why not? We have DA and Michael Pittman, so we're gonna see how they perform. I want to see if Lamar is gonna be a free agent still. He's not, so he obviously ended up signing somewhere. So that's really dangerous. First and foremost, that's the dangerous thing that even happened. Corners, we do need corners, but I think we'll be all right with our 2 that we got. So let's sim to the playoffs and see how well we do. So we ended up winning the division, going 11-6. So that works out really well. And we're facing 11-6 Bengals. So I guess Jameis Winston was the answer. And I want to see what we did statistically before we go into our battle. So it looks like none of our guys were here defensively, but we're 11-6 for a reason. So our offense was 18th. Jameis Winston was all right at best. Well, our defense was 6th. So our defense stepped up. 23 touchdowns, 12 picks for Jameis. Nothing too crazy. Jonathan Taylor, of course, 1,400 yards, 17 TDs. He's a beast. Devontae had over 1,000 yards. This kid, Deontay Pierce, had 813 yards. Pretty good. And Michael Pittman had 874 yards. Not that many TDs, though. Defoe had 10.5 sacks. We had Corey Willis had 5 picks. So we had a lot of interceptions on our team, which was really good. And sacks went to DeForest Buckner. Quiddy Pay did his thing as well, too, generating a lot of pressure. But now, since we were 11-6, we're better than 8-9. Let's see how well we can do in this playoff matchup against the Cincinnati Bengals. We're home for this one, so who knows how this could go. We took a W 33-14. Got some play. Oh, man. Lamar Jackson re-signed to the Colts? Or to the Ravens? He was just a free agent. It must have been a glitch. It must have been a glitch. But, that's pretty... So we got Lamar Jackson. They went 14-3. It's going to be a tough one. But if we could shut down Lamar, then maybe we could get the job done. So that would be pretty awesome to see. We ended up losing 28-14. Losing another divisional game again. That's unfortunate. But this team, with the right quarterback, can make plays. And they could definitely do a lot of moves. So it's pretty nice to see. See how those games went. And this is what the conference championship is looking like for the AFC and NFC. So we beat the Bengals. And then we lost to the Ravens. But... wild card here, we went 33. Let's see. So, Jacoby Brissett. Oh, okay. He had a TD. I thought he was a starter. So, Joe Burrow, 304 yards, picked off once and got sacked 4 times. Jameis Winston had a solid outing. Not too bad. Jonathan Taylor had a good game running the ball. Receivers did pretty all right. Defense is where we came to play, though. Quiddy Pay had 2 sacks. Grover Stewart had 1.5. Anthony Walker had half a sack. So we were getting all over the ball. Rocky Sin had a pick too. So we were balling. And then in the divisional against the Ravens, we lost by 2 tutties. But let's see what happens. So Lamar Jackson threw 3 touchdowns. Jameis Winston threw 2 touchdowns. Got picked off twice and got sacked twice. So we couldn't really get to him. Rushing attack was there though for us. Devontae Adams did pretty nice too. But looks like J.J. Watt on the Ravens, man. That got to us for sure. That pass protection definitely could not hold up at all. But very interesting how that played out. So basically, with the Colts with a good QB and those little moves I made, this team could really be a force to reckon with. So we're just going to leave it off at that, ladies and gents. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment down below what other team you want to see me rebuild. Another successful rebuild, I'd say, with the Colts. We made them a consistent playoff contender with a solid team all around. So that's pretty nice. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. And remember, you got to be a fiend to succeed. Peace.